Welcome back, everyone. In today's video, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of one of Australia's most enduring and elegant coins, the 1990 Australian 10-cent coin. At first glance, this small silver-colored piece might seem like an ordinary coin from your change jar. But when you take a closer look, you'll discover that it represents decades of Australian artistry, craftsmanship, and national identity. From its detailed design to its historical context and collector value, the 1990 10-cent coin has a story that goes far beyond its face value. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's explore the history, design, and enduring appeal of this modest yet meaningful piece of Australian currency. Historical background. The 10-cent coin was first introduced in 1966, when Australia officially adopted the decimal currency system, replacing pounds, shillings, and pence with dollars and cents. This major monetary reform marked a new era of modernity for the nation, and with it came a brand new series of coins that reflected Australia's identity, not through royal symbols or foreign icons, but through its own unique wildlife and culture. By 1990, the 10-cent coin had already been circulating for almost a quarter of a century. It was a familiar sight to Australians everywhere, from schoolchildren buying snacks to shopkeepers counting change at the end of the day. The 1990 issue may not have commemorated a special event, but it stands as part of the continuing story of Australia's decimal coinage, a year that quietly contributed to the nation's everyday economy while maintaining the enduring design that collectors have come to love. The obverse. The Queen's portrait. Now let's take a look at the obverse, or front, of the coin. The 1990 10-cent coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maklauf. This elegant image shows the Queen wearing the royal diadem, a crown famously worn during the annual state opening of Parliament. Maklauf's portrait, introduced in 1985, was designed to show the Queen in a more regal and timeless way, not just as a monarch, but as a dignified symbol of continuity and grace. If you look closely, you can see the delicate curls of her hair, the fine details of her jewelry, and the calm yet confident expression on her face. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Elizabeth II on the left and Australia 1990 on the right, marking both her reign and the coin's year of issue. This effigy remained in use on Australian coins until 1998, so the 1990 10-cent coin is part of that elegant middle era of the Queen's depictions, a bridge between the early and later portraits that graced Australian currency. The reverse. The lyrebird design. Turning the coin over, we come to what makes the Australian 10-cent coin truly iconic, its reverse design, created by the brilliant artist Stuart Devlin. Devlin, who also designed most of the original decimal coins in 1966, was known as the Royal Goldsmith, and was a master of combining realism with artistry. The reverse of the 10-cent coin features the superb lyrebird, one of Australia's most fascinating native creatures. Known for its incredible ability to mimic natural and artificial sounds, the lyrebird is an icon of the Australian bush. In this design, the lyrebird stands proudly, its tail feathers forming a graceful curve that fills the coin's surface with motion and texture. The level of detail is remarkable. Every feather, every curve of the bird's body, is carefully engraved, giving it a sense of life and elegance. Beside the bird sits the bold numeral 10, simple yet commanding, perfectly balancing the design. The combination of natural beauty and refined artistry makes this one of Australia's most beautiful coin designs, a design so successful that it has remained unchanged since 1966. Specifications and material. The 1990 Australian 10-cent coin is made of copper-nickel, a durable alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition gives it that distinct silver-gray appearance and the ability to resist corrosion, ideal for coins that stay in circulation for decades. The coin weighs 5.65 grams, has a diameter of 23.6 millimeters, and features a reeded edge, giving it that familiar textured rim that's easy to identify by touch. It was struck by the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, and millions were produced for general circulation, ensuring that nearly every Australian household had several of these coins pass through their hands. Mintage and rarity. In 1990, the Royal Australian Mint produced around 43.5 million 10-cent coins for circulation. This means that the 1990 issue is not considered rare. It was a regular release for everyday use. However, what makes certain coins from this year interesting to collectors are their condition and strike quality. Circulated examples are common and can still be found in everyday change, though most will show signs of wear, scratches, or dullness from decades of handling. Uncirculated or mint-state examples, however, can be quite appealing. These coins, often kept in rolls or proof sets, retain their original luster and fine details. In such condition, they can fetch anywhere from $1 to $3 Australian, while proof versions, struck with a mirror-like finish, can be valued between $10 and $20 AUD. Some collectors also look for minor die variations or minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center impressions, which can increase a coin's value significantly depending on rarity and visual appeal. Cultural and historical significance. What makes the 10-cent coin so special isn't just its metal or design, it's the role it played in Australian life. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, this coin was part of everyday transactions. It bought small treats, phone calls from payphones, and served as part of the loose change we all carried around. Even today, more than 50 years after its introduction, the 10-cent coin remains in circulation, unchanged in design and still recognized instantly by Australians young and old. The 1990 issue stands as a representative of that long continuity, a moment in time when the nation was steady, the economy was evolving, and the decimal coinage system had firmly become part of Australia's daily rhythm. For collectors, why it matters. For coin collectors, the 1990 10-cent coin is a common but essential piece of any Australian decimal collection. Its classic lyrebird design, paired with the elegant Maklauf portrait of the Queen, gives it a timeless appeal. Collectors often seek to gather a full series of 10-cent coins from 1966 to the present, and the 1990 issue fits right into that timeline, representing the strong middle years of Australia's modern minting history. And while its value in dollars may be small, its value in history and design is undeniable. Every collector knows that even the most common coins can tell extraordinary stories of the people who used them, the designers who created them, and the nation that issued them. Final thoughts. Reflection and legacy. The 1990 Australian 10-cent coin might not be rare or made of precious metal, but it carries something far more lasting, a piece of Australia's identity, minted in metal for generations to hold.